Graduate and postdoctoral studies at the University of Ottawa.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor for me to be here today to say a few words about my friend and colleague, Mohammed Baobaid. You saw from the PowerPoint he has a great many accomplishments that I won't repeat. But it is in his work in the area of family violence that Mohammed and I have connected and that we continue to do work together. And so I'm really pleased to be able to say a few words about him. You know that when he came to us about 12 years ago from Yemen to make Canada his home, and we are all the more fortunate for it. You know that he has had a hand in starting several programs to end violence against women, family violence in his home of London, Ontario. Some of you may think he actually lives in Ottawa because he's here so often, but he actually makes London his home. He's founder of the Muslim Family Safety Project, the Muslim Family Support Service, and most recently, the Muslim Resource Center for Social Support and Integration. It's kind of a difficult one to say. He's had many, many other activities, other positions, including working with abusive men in the Changing Ways program in London as well. But it's in this context that I know him best. We first met at a conference in 2007, and that conference was an international meeting on children exposed to family violence in 2007. And it was my introduction to a man who's passionate about improving the lives of immigrant families by bridging the gap between immigrant communities and mainstream service providers. And he's not afraid to ask the challenging questions in the process. Here was a Muslim man directing some very difficult and challenging questions towards his own community and simultaneously calling on mainstream agencies to examine their own assumptions and stereotypes. But Mohammed does more than just raise the difficult questions. He constructively proposes ways to dismantle the barriers that create and help maintain suspicion on both sides. I would describe Mohammed's approach to his work and his life as one of peace building, where he works to patiently and effectively build bridges between groups who harbor a general and sometimes mutual mistrust and misunderstanding of each other. He does so with respect and empathy and a deep belief in the inherent reasonableness and goodness of people. The prevention of family violence is a challenging undertaking, as any of you who work in this area know, and at the best of times. But Mohammed's work is unique, and it's uniquely challenging, because what he does is he digs beneath the violence and the conflict in families to identify and address the stresses that arise from immigration and pre-immigration experiences. And I think, to my knowledge, he's the first one in Canada to be heading down that path, as well as focusing on the cultural differences that often exacerbate family conflicts. It's his insights and sensitivity, coupled with a caring determination to do what's right, that have led him to this point. The man is a picture of patience, in my view. When so many agencies are struggling to work collaboratively to respond to complex family problems, Mohammed recognized the need to provide social support to deal simultaneously with issues such as integration, family conflict, domestic violence, and children in conflict with the law. This led him to establish the Muslim Resource Center for Social Support and Integration, which is a unique agency, and I encourage you to look at their website to learn more about it. They work horizontally with numerous agencies simultaneously, while building bridges between those agencies and the Muslim community. It's required working patiently to develop partnerships with local agencies such as the Children's Aid Society, women's organizations, social support agencies, the police, as well as mosques and faith-based communities. And I'm excited to hear that there may be some progress in Ottawa to extend that model here. In just a few years, as you saw on the PowerPoint, among other accomplishments, this work has resulted in a reduction in the number of Muslim children in foster homes in London, which is no small accomplishment. This time in our history, we're witnessing tremendous global change. People are forced to flee their homes due to tyranny and war and displacement, or migrate in search of a better future for their families. This work becomes more crucial than ever. In a post-9/11 era when entire communities are scapegoated, and discriminated against, this work is critical for breaking down barriers and fostering mutual respect and understanding. Mohammed's latest undertaking is the Family Honor Project. It's timely and important, and it may help to save lives. This project uses a public health approach to tackle honor-related violence. It's modeled on, of all things, a gang reduction strategy in Chicago, which is fascinating to me. And I know about this gang reduction strategy, and I never put that together with domestic violence, which is my area of study. This exemplifies Mohammed's creativity and his refusal to let conventional thinking get in the way of finding innovative solutions to complex problems. The goal is ambitious: to respect cultural and religious values of newcomers while assisting families to appreciate and successfully integrate into Canadian culture. There's no one I know who advances the objectives of peace building more effectively than Mohammed Baobaid. He has shown outstanding leadership by working in partnership in a manner that is culturally sensitive, meaningful, and respectful of everyone involved. In the field of family violence prevention, the leadership of men of all cultures and religions is essential for challenging damaging attitudes and stereotypes and modeling nonviolent masculinities and peaceful conflict resolutions. Mohammed's thoughtful approach is a model for promoting tolerance and respect, and for working creatively to bridge the divides among different cultural and religious communities. He's received many, many honors, as you saw in the PowerPoint. My favorite one, I don't know which one is his favorite, my favorite is the Everyday Hero. In London, he is an everyday hero. And it's indeed gratifying to see that this work is acknowledged in the way that it merits. So, Mohammed, I congratulate you for another award today. And